Alhamdulillah nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruhu wa nu'minu bihi wa natawakkalu alaihi. Wa na'udzu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. Man yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa man yudlilhu fala hadiya lahu. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam tabaraka wa sallama tasliman kasiran kasira amma ba'd. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Aman ahsanu qawlan mimman da'a ila Allah wa amila salihan wa qala innani minal muslimin. My dear brothers and respected sisters, either you are Muslim or not, you need to listen to this lecture. It's not only meant for so-called Muslim or those who have recited the kalima, but also to those who have not recited the kalima are most welcome to listen to these lectures. It is not meant for only Muslims, man or woman. It's meant for the entire mankind. As Quran is revealed, not only for Muslim. Quran is not revealed for Muslim. It's revealed for the entire mankind. Yeah? Allah mentioned in the Quran, O Muhammad, tell to the entire mankind. So how can the entire mankind knows if they don't read the Quran? So it's a very something which has been misunderstood by almost the entire so-called Muslim in the whole world. They misunderstood the very important facts. The Quran is not revealed for the Muslims, it is revealed for the entire mankind. And as such, it has to be read by the entire mankind. Why should be read only by so-called Muslim or those who have recited the kalima, La ilaha illallah Muhammad? It has to be read by the entire mankind, either they are a believer or not a believer. Either they have recited the kalima or they have not recited the great kalima. So, when Muslims understood that the Quran is only for the believer, then they don't promote the Quran to be read by others. And what they say, oh, you cannot read the Quran because you are not pure, so you are not clean. So they started to give fatwa using only the story of the sister of Umar. When Umar want to read the Quran, the sister said, no, you cannot until you take bath. You are not clean. So Umar took bath. That is not bath to enter Islam. It's just normal bath. At that moment, he doesn't want to embrace Islam. Just his sister said, you are not clean. What his sister meant by clean, we do not know. But I think basically, because you are not clean, your body and all that. Now, so Umar radhiyallahu anhu went to take bath. What bath he will take? Do you think? Junub bath? No. It's not the bath to cleanse our soul as being prescribed by Allah and His Prophet, but it's a normal bath. So naturally that is not which has been ordained by Allah and His Prophet, that to read the Quran you must take bath because you are not clean. No, you can read Quran even you don't have wudu. The Arabs, they understand it. Why? Oh, only when it's tajma you can read. If it's in Arabic, you cannot read. Then Umar at that time, he was not Muslim. He has not yet recited the kalimah. When he read the Quran, why the Prophet didn't say, "Oh, you cannot read the Quran"? As Prophet told him, it's wrong that your sister, give you this Quran. You are not clean. Is of something like that has been mentioned to Omar by Rasulullah or not? Never. So why the Muslim derive the fatwa from stories only? And none of the scholars tell them that is wrong. Why? Because they don't understand. This Quran is meant for the entire mankind. It has to be read by the entire mankind. The entire mankind must be able to read the Quran, to understand it. It's meant for them. And if they don't understand Arabic, translate it into their languages. Such effort has not been made since immemorial. Nobody worried about as to whether the entire man can understand the Quran or not. The so-called Muslims, they don't worry about it. They don't bother. Abu Bakr don't even bother to put it into books, simply because he has a very strong belief that I cannot do what Nabi Sallam have not done. It's not Sunnah. You can ask me, Abu Bakr told Omar, you can ask me to move the mountain, I can do it, but not to do anything which Nabi did not do. Such a very staunch believer that we cannot do anything which Prophet ﷺ never done, because to his understanding only what Nabi Sallam did is a sunnah. Other than that, and Nabi Sallam will never be able to read, because he can't even read, can't even write. He has made in such condition because Allah wants to tell the entire mankind that this kitab is not written by Muhammad. That's all. It is book of Allah. That the very reason why Allah has made him illiterate, in the sense cannot read and write. Not that he's stupid. It's not stupid at all. But why we Muslims do not make any effort to make the whole entire mankind understand the Quran, at least to a certain extent able to read it? This is our mistake. Because why? Dawah is not with our blood. Because dawah, the work of dawah, the work of propagating Islam is not in our blood. We have not inherited that traits, of giving dawah as done by all the prophets of Allah, including our prophets. We have not able to copy, to follow. We have not made the work of dawah to be our main work. When we are told that we should follow Muhammad SAW, it means we have to follow in total. It doesn't mean that we have to follow some and cannot follow only we cannot follow what we have been told that we are not to follow. Other than that, we have to follow in total. We have to make dawah as he make dawah. We have to pray as he pray. We have to go for hajj as he has to go for hajj. That's why La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. We obeyed Allah in the way shown by Muhammad SAW. Whatever Rasulullah done or did, that is to be followed. And he did dawah every day. And all the prophets of Allah are doing dawah, and yet we do not follow dawah. We do not do dawah. We do not do tabligh. Tabligh and dawah is not in our blood. What is dawah? To call people to Allah. What is to call people to Allah? To call the non-Muslim to recite the great kalimah. That is dawah. But we don't understand dawah is what? Because the whole entire so-called Muslims since the time of Muhammad SAW until today do not understand that dawah is their work. It is not only the work of Nabi Sallallahu. It is mentioned in the Quran. This is my work, my path, and the path of those who follow me. That clearly mentioned the Quran. Surely is one Muslim, if not all, will be able to notice that ayat. Millions of Muslims have read the Quran, particularly the Arabs. They understand the Quran. The Malay, they only read and sing. They sing the Quran. Taranum. That's all they can manage to do with the Quran. To read the Quran and to read with tajweed. That's all. Nobody care to understand the Quran. Nobody care. Why? Because they say it's only for book of songs. Book of songs like Hindustan songs. What a disgrace. We have done disgrace towards the Quran. We have humiliated the book of Allah to equal the song, the book of songs. We have made Quran to be the same as a book of songs that we do not know what it means. Hindustan songs or English song. We don't understand Quran. We don't bother and don't worry at all whether we understand or not. Do you worry when you read the Quran when you are young that you don't know the Quran? Do you worry whether you understand it or not? No. You don't worry because you understand. I'm only to learn how to read Quran. That's all. More than that? No. Only go and learn Quran. The mother sent, to learn Quran in some religious scholar's house in the evening. Like I was being made to do that. In the evening, I'll go to the Imam house and read and learn to read the Quran. All my sisters too. That's all. I was told only to learn how to read the Quran. Having finished on learning how to read the Quran, that is about all. And then we stop reading the Quran until the day when we die. So what a very great misunderstanding of Quran. We have turned our back towards the Quran. We have turned our back. We have ignored the Quran. We have ignored the Quran. Not only we do not want others to understand, we ourselves do not want to understand. Because why? We do not want to obey. Because when we understand, then we need to obey. When we understand that the Quran is to be obeyed, then we need to understand what has been told. When we understand Islam is the religion of our forefathers, then we don't understand that we need to obey all the orders of Allah which Allah has mentioned in the Quran. We only know how to read, that's it. To read the Quran with tajweed, and that become of paramount importance, to be able to read the Quran with tajweed. So important in Malay culture. So important. Nothing more important than that. To read Quran with tajweed and to get medals and rewards. Able to read the Quran with such tajweed, that's all. So what the religion that we follow when we don't follow Quran? What the religion that we should call it? Islam or not? We are following religion of Islam, religion of Allah, or we are following our own whims and fancy? Naturally, we are following our own whims and fancy. We follow the religion of our forefathers who have interpreted the Quran, don't know how, wrongly. As the scholars has interpreted it. They follow only the scholars. And the scholars don't understand it, they don't understand it too. So the practice of Islam is only, When you are born, then you have to do this and do that. Then when you get married, you have to do this and that, and when you die, that's all. Other than that, you don't need to pray. Even if you pray, don't know what you are reading, reciting. Don't even pray. And of course, don't do dawah. Dawah is the least to be done because it requires a person to spend time and wealth to do dawah. So naturally, that will be the last to be done, or completely neglected from the daily routine of any so-called Muslim since the day when Muhammad said passed away from this world. So dawah has been neglected. It's not in the blood of the Muslim. It is so difficult to erase the spirit of dawah. The Muslims like a dead body, A dead body, you have no life, just lying down. You can beat them, but they never wake up. You can cut them, they bleed, but that's all. So you can neither cut them, neither beat them, only shout. Also can never do anything. Shout, beating, killing, will not make the Muslim who are dead to become alive again. Islam is actually like a dead body, lying to be buried actually. That's all. They don't have anything to move because they don't have, their souls are dead. Their soul are dead because Allah, La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah is not in their soul. So when the soul is dead, the body is dead and then moving. They only know how to move their limbs and organs to earn money, to earn wealth. That's all. They do not know anything on the orders of Allah, using their limbs and organs, as Allah wants it to be used. So they only use it for earning money, getting fame, names, and they call it Islam. So my dear brothers, Islam is just like a building which has been made to be destroyed completely, a building completely destroyed, no structure at all, rubbles of stones and pebbles. That's what Islam is now. So building Islam, basically building completely new building. We cannot repair the building because the building is beyond repair, completely smashed up, completely destroyed. Now, if Islam is a building, the building is completely destroyed. How I come to that interpretation? By looking at the actions of the Muslims. People who do not know Islam, they say Islam still exists. People who doesn't know what is Islam, they will say, oh, Islam is very good now. Because they don't understand what Islam Allah wants in the Quran. But people like me who interpret the Quran knows the Quran is this, the actions of the Muslim is that. It doesn't tally. It doesn't complement. And so Islam does not exist any longer as a building, beautiful building as it used to be at the time of Muhammad SAW. So these facts are not being realized by the Muslim. They say Islam still exists. It's still fine and sound. It is practice. It's not practice. The prayers of all Muslims, the whole world, are not accepted. They are just like a doll, playing, prostrating, making, standing like a doll. No ruh, no soul, like the prayers of Yazid. No soul, no soul, no soul. These are the people who learn from me. Their prayers have no soul. What about others? What is Islam if the prayer has no soul? What is Islam if you don't have a prayer which has a soul? Like this Sufyan, 40 something age, can't even have a prayer, proper prayer. No soul, nothing, late, lazy. Some Muslim, even they don't pray, they don't do dawah. Those who do dawah and pray, no souls. So Islam is not alive. So in these conditions, I'm being sent to revive the Islam. And you see how difficult the task will be. Very difficult. But I understand it's not me who do it, Allah. So I don't worry. If I start thinking, I'll be very worried how I'm going to build this Islam when it's already being damaged and completely annihilated from the surface of the earth. But if I think of Allah, He can do it. Allah is the only one who can revive this Islam, nobody else. As He has revived Islam at the time of Muhammad SAW. At that time, completely no Islam. Nothing. There is Kaaba, there is people who make tawaf naked, there is a Hajj festival, there is still Hajj, that time, but the Hajj of the non-believers is made up of selling and buying markets, like what it is now. Those who go for Hajj the prayer has no soul, nothing. They are just busy buying and selling. And Mecca and Medina become like markets. So there is no Islam as that time. But Islam made up. Then it destroyed after the demise of Muhammad SAW till today. So my dear brothers, today Allah will make it again alive. But how Allah make it, we will wait and see. Allah do not simply make it when we don't make effort. Oh, we wait for Allah to do it and we do nothing. So Nabi SAW will say, Allah will do it, I'll do nothing. No. Nabi SAW have to do what Allah told him to do. Similarly, I have to do. I'm alone, doing everything, but it doesn't matter. It's sufficient to become the means for Allah to make this religion to become alive again. That is why it's called Mahdi. Mahdi means reviving. Reviving means reviving the dead lah. A person doesn't revive and he got life. When he's dead, he's revived to become alive again. Islam is dead. Allah is using that person whom Muslim call Mahdi as a means. And naturally that person whom is called Mahdi is doing the same work as Muhammad SAW. Cannot be any other work. Cannot be like what the Muslim nowadays Muslim are thinking Mahdi is a warrior, with weapons, with swords and horses, and going, attacking country after country, smashing everything, killing everybody who are not accepting them, like the Taliban. That's not Mahdi. This is the Taliban. They're moving into Afghanistan, like Mahdi, they say, with their armor, their tanks, killing those who do not submit to them. The prophets never do this. The prophets came with the work of prophets, and that Mahdi must come to do the work of prophet, the same as Prophet Muhammad SAW, and having qualities like the prophets, having knowledge and understanding of the Quran. It cannot be a person without knowledge of the Quran, only having a stout body and strong. No, he has to understand the Quran. He must be able to practice the Quran, not only understand. As Muhammad SAW practiced the Quran. So the work which Muhammad SAW has done is the same work which we all have to do, not only the Mahdi, but the whole Muslim, the whole world have to do that work in order for Islam to be revived. So the first action to be done is to make the whole Muslim, the so-called Muslim, those who have recited the kalima, to come to do the work, which Allah make it as a means for Islam to be revived. Otherwise, Islam will never be revived. Allah are the one who revive Islam. But what are the means? We are the means. If we are not making the means, how Allah will revive Islam? That's why I'm calling all of you, whole Muslim in the whole world. First you must understand the Quran and practice it. The first order of Allah in the whole Quran, the khulasa of it, the main thing is the kalima. The kalima interpretation is in the Quran, the whole one. And to fulfill the right of the Quran is the order of Allah which frequently mention the Quran. And that work is the work of inviting people to Allah, inviting people to Allah, or the work of inviting people to good, forbidding people evil. To do what is right, to forbid what is evil. These are the whole Quran. The Quran is actually the interpretation of the La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. And to fulfill that the right of reciting the kalima, so that the kalima will be embedded into the heart, into the belief in each and every one of the entire mankind. Then only Islam will be alive, will be made alive. That is only the things that if now the Muslims are not reciting the kalima and fulfilling, now the people are not reciting the kalima and fulfilling the right. Those who have recited and those who have not recited do not fulfill the right of reciting the kalima. How could the kalima enter into the heart of the man or the woman? And if it doesn't enter, how can Islam to be made alive? That's all I'm going to tell you today. That is the great work, is to recite the kalima and to fulfill the right of the great kalima. And how you should fulfill it? To do the work of inviting people to Allah, or inviting people to good, forbidding people from evil, with the sacrifice of your time and wealth in the way Muhammad SAW, with the intention to please Allah until Allah is pleased with you. When Allah is pleased, Allah will put that kalima into your heart. And when you continue to do work, it will continue to be enhanced to reach the level which Allah is pleased, and beyond that. If otherwise, this is the methodology. The methodology to revive Islam. We must know the methodology, SOP, Standard Operating Procedure. How to revive Islam is this way. Not by lectures. Not by lectures and writing books only. We have to move with our feet, pedals, daily, from house to house, door to door, in the whole village, whole town, city, countries in the whole world, until Islam is revived. I do not know whether you understand what I am talking, but I am trying my very best to tell you one thing only. You follow the Quran. You follow the Quran means you recite the kalima and you fulfill the right of reciting the kalima. The whole Quran is on this. Okay.